This week, I'm going to be reading you books about apples. These may be informational books that give you information about apples, or it may just be stories about apples that are not real. They're make-believe. This first book is just kind of introduce you to apples. It's called just Apples. Let's count the apples on the front. 1, 2, 3. How are these apples all the same? Okay, we may say they all have a stem. They are all covered with skin. They're all the same shape. How are they different? Yes, they're different colors is one of the most obvious observations about this. Let's just get an overview of apples. Fall is apple time. That's why we're reading books about apples. It's about time to pick those apples. Apples grow on apple trees. Apples can be green, red, or yellow. And here is a caption. It says, fun fact, each apple tree has its own kind of apple. So there's a kind of an apple called a red delicious. A tree would have all red delicious apples on it. It wouldn't have any other kind. Apple trees rest in the winter. The trees grow flowers in the spring. Here's another fun fact. The branches of the trees have tiny little buds on them. The flowers grow into apples in summer. So the flowers grow into a little start of an apple in the summer. The apples get big in fall, so they're beginning to get bigger now and turning the correct color. Fun fact, sun and water help the apples grow. Growers pick the apples. Another fun fact, it is best to twist and not pull an apple off of a tree. Kids pick them too. Where might you go to pick an apple? Maybe an apple orchard. An orchard is a place that has lots of trees. And if it's an apple orchard, it's going to have a lot of apple trees. Some apples go to markets. That means places that people come and buy the apples. Some apples go to cold rooms. It says you can buy fresh apples all year long because they keep them cool and they last a long time. People cook apples. The fun fact, squeezed apples make apple juice or apple cider. People bake apple pies. Yummy. Apples are good. Guess what? Ms. Wood actually brought an apple to eat with her lunch today. I went to an apple market and got some apples. I'm going to read you one more book today. And again, this is just introducing you to our week, apples and more apples is what it says. Okay, let's read and see what it's about. What we can learn. These are informational books. We're learning about apples. Almost everyone likes apples. Apples come in many colors. Apples grow in orchards, and we just learned that an orchard is a place that has lots of different fruit trees. Apple orchard would have apple trees. If it was a peach orchard, it would have peach trees. Apples grow in almost every state or province in North America. So almost everywhere in the United States, our country, they grow apples. Apples grow from seeds. You have to plant the seed to make an apple tree. Apple trees are called saplings when they are young. When they're little bitty trees, they're called saplings. Apple trees bloom in late spring. They get some pretty white or pink blooms on them. Apple blossoms are pink and smell like roses. They smell good. Apples are ripe in late summer and early fall. If they're ripe, they're ready to be picked. Apples are picked by hand. They would have to climb up ladders and pick them, twist them, remember, off of the branches. Apples are shipped in trucks. They have to take them to the market or to the grocery store. Apples are sold in many different kinds of markets. Apples are used to make many foods. Here we have like an apple pie. Apples make tasty treats. Candy apples, yum yum. And apples are even a treat for horses. Some animals even like to eat apples. What kind of food is an apple? Yes, it is a fruit, a healthy fruit for us to eat. Okay, we'll join back tomorrow to read another book about apples.